Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year to you. Bye-bye 25. Welcome 26. I'm sending you good vibes. A new cycle begins. Happy New Year to you. A new calendar year is upon us, and we know what that means. New plot twists, new characters to daydream about, the next release in our favorite series, and more late nights when we know we gotta be up the next morning at a decent time, 7, 8 o'clock, to get ready for work or drop the kids off at school. We need to be getting our beauty rest. But believe me, I know it's hard to do, especially when you have reached a chapter and it's just getting good. In today's video, I wanted to share some of the January 2026 new releases that have caught my eye and maybe yours too. Let's start with the debut fantasy for Shin Tao called The Poet Empress. During the final years of the Azalea dynasty, the people are hungry, the emperor is dying, and only those in positions of power have access to poetry magic. This is a new magical system for me. I have never heard of poetry magic. In a desperate move to keep her siblings from starving to death, Wei Yin offers herself as a concubine to the cold and beautiful heir to the Azalea house. Though the palace is a dangerous place, on the brink of civil war, and where women are forbidden to read, Wei Yin secretly learns poetry magic that may help her save herself and her family. This next one is called the Elsewhere Express. It gives me Spirited Away vibes. Unlike Chihiro, you can't just get a ticket by doing a bit of manual labor. Our MC, Raya, fits the criteria to board after she gives up her dream of songwriting after the loss of her brother. She boards the Elsewhere Express and meets another lost soul, and together they explore all of the magical wonders aboard. Though this place isn't all rainbows and lollipops, there is a dangerous passenger aboard that threatens to destroy all that the line, the Express, sets out to do. Some marry for love, some marry out of a sense of obligation, some marry because they're running from something, and others because of what they stand to gain from the marriage. Perennial and Arc Day are about to do just that. Tie the knot for convenience. Not long after the I do's are exchanged, people start to disappear, and dark truths begin to surface about the former ballerina and the struggling sculptor, respectively. Things aren't quite as they seem, and this marriage may mean until death do us part, sooner rather than later. Camille Bayliss believes that her hotshot lawyer of a husband is hiding something, but she can't find any proof to back up this feeling that she's having, especially because he keeps track of her every move. Aubrey Price is haunted by a terrible night from 10 years ago, and she believes that Camille's husband knows something about that night. Together, these two women set a plan into motion to find out what this man is hiding. But within hours of them doing that, Ben is found dead. Both women have alibis, but one of them is lying. This next one is an inspired retelling of Marie de France's heroic romance poems. I had never heard of Marie de France before this and had to look her up. My interest is now piqued. I don't read a lot of poems, but I think I want to check out her work. A noble knight hiding the beast inside. A lonely king isolated by his courtiers. The wolf sickness strikes always without warning, stealing Bisclavet's body and confusing his mind. Since boyhood, he hasn't dared leave his isolated holdings, not to beg the return of his father's lost estate, not to seek brotherhood among the court, not even to win the knighthood he yearns for. But when a new king ascends, Bisclavet must deliver his kiss of fealty or answer for the failure. Half in exile himself, the young king is intrigued by this uneasy, rough-hewn nobleman. Bisclavet seems a perfect knight, bold, strong, and merciful. But he keeps his secrets close, and the king's longings are not for counsel alone. As his fascination grows, the barriers between them multiply, until the king battles desperation and grief. Then Bisclavet vanishes beyond reach, just as the greatest threats to the kingdom converge. Only duty to his people stands between the king and ruin. Duty and the steady loyalty of the strangest wolf. This is definitely a strong contender for one of the books I want to grab soon. I looked to see in my library system, you can see what books they have on order, and they didn't have this one. You for sure you right on that I went ahead and put in a request. Hey, I want this. Abby, a high school counselor, starts her week with news that 2 of her students were found dead over the weekend. This news shakes the community, and things get even more dire when Abby suspects that her own son may have had something to do with the girls' deaths. What Boys Learn is said to be a thriller about family, masculinity, and a mother's worst fear about how boys are raised and what they are taught they can get away with. Last but not least is The 7 Daughters of Dupree. It's 1995, and 14-year-old Tati is determined to uncover the identity of her father. But her mother, Nadia, keeps her secrets close, while her grandmother Gladys remains silent about the family's past, including why she left Land's End, Alabama in 1953. As Tati digs deeper, she uncovers a legacy of family secrets where every generation of Dupree women has posed more questions than answers. From Juby in 1917, whose attempt to pass for white ends when she gives birth to Ruby, to Ruby's fiery lust for Samson in 1934 that leads to a baby of her own, to the night in 1980 that changed Nadia's future forever. The Dupree women carry the weight of their heritage, bound by a mysterious malediction that means they will only give birth to daughters. The Dupree women confront a legacy of pain, resilience, and survival that began with an enslaved ancestor who risked everything for freedom. Well, those are some of the new releases for 2026 that have made it onto my TBR, and hopefully 1 or 2 have made it onto yours as well. I plan to do this each month that I have some new releases to share versus years past where I would do one long video. Good to switch things up, you know. Thank you for tuning in for another video. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, stay safe, be blessed, and remain unapologetically you.